Okay, so I'm Chef Aaron, and today I wanted to talk about legacy, about about what kind of legacy we want to leave for our kids, but specifically in terms of food. Okay? I think so often about this generational gap that so many of us are experiencing in the world. Not everyone, but so many. And it's a generational gap where we are now removed from this natural process, this birthright of receiving ancestral wisdom, skill, intuition around food and around preparing food and cooking. This used to just happen, right? It was just part of the world. And it was a part of the world everywhere, right? And it looked different depending on the part of the world where we, we're living or where we evolve, where we spread out. And that has been filled with all kinds of majestic beauty in our human history. And in such a short period of time of mass global industrialization and outsourcing of our nourishment or lack thereof, we now find ourselves in a very precarious situation. And so, why I'm building this course, why I'm building this cooking show with my son, is to reclaim that, is to take back that birthright. And I know it might seem, birthright, Aaron, what does that even mean? I think that has been a birthright for most of human history, right? Where we were taught what was necessary to survive. We were taught what was necessary to thrive and to be well. And now we're sifting through all the noise and the messiness of what that is supposed to look like in this modern context. And so much of what I think we would be served to do is to strip away that noise and to simplify. I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, my coach actually, and she said, when did it get so freaking complicated to make dinner? And it really struck a chord with me. It's like, right. And even for me, I'm a cook. This has been my job for 15 years. And I still find sometimes it is complicated. You find yourself second guessing. Is this the right choice for me or my kid? Right? Because I didn't grow up in an environment where, hey, this is what absolutely is nourishing for you, right? So much of it was. It just happened to be. And yes, ancestral wisdom was passed on in part, but the balance was definitely off. Okay? And so much of what I'm working on is helping others to find and to allow themselves the space to find their sense of balance themselves through becoming intuitive, through tuning into our bodies, right? Through stripping away from the noise and saying, okay, what is really right for me? Is this kind of diet really right for me? Do I feel alive? Is eating at this time of day optimal? And to be fluid and to understand that we are forever changing. The seasons are different as we age, depending on our movement, depending on the moon, depending on how much sun we're getting, all those factors, right? Can we tune in? Can we look at our bodies? Can we pay close attention to be able to receive that information that our bodies are telling us every single moment, right? So zooming out, I see the kitchen as this massive opportunity to really assess things, take a big picture of our lives, our health, our well-being, and really kind of start to zoom in on what does the food look like? What do my food rituals look like? The whole thing, from what's in my fridge to what's in my pantry. What are my rituals around food? Are they nourishing? And going back full circle to how I began this, what is the legacy? What is the legacy that I wish to pass on to this new generation? And can we ask ourselves, what is our role in passing on this vital information? Again, that used to be this eloquent, ancestral birthright. So what does this look like? It's going to look different for all of us, but I have a framework that works for me. Okay? And quite simply, and this has evolved over the years, it has been to remove what's not real food from my home. This sacred space that is my home, that I share with my wife and my son. And that pantry, our drawers, and our fridge, someday I wish to have this larder, maybe in my basement. But it is a sacred space. And how many of us are looking at the food that we're bringing into our home as a sacred act? This is what's going into our body. This is what is feeding us, nourishing us, not just keeping us alive, but making us alive. You might say, I don't have the luxury right now. I don't have time, right? And I ask and maybe challenge, how can we not? What could possibly be more important, right? But if you're also saying, but I don't know how to do it, I don't have the skill, it just takes so long, we can work on that, okay? And I promise you, it is not hard. I promise you, okay? And it's actually can be quite easy, and it can actually be so damn fun and absolutely so incredibly delicious, okay? I think we can do this easily, but it takes a value shift. It takes us valuing this space of preparing our food. And it's fine to outsource some of it, of course. But as we shift our values, we only outsource the awesome stuff, the artisanal, the one that energetically helps us vibe, right? I know I'm surrounded by that here in Portugal. My friends that are just producing amazing things, right? And it's amazing to start to put together a team. I know where to get my fish. I know Sonia, my fishmonger. I know Walter, the German butcher. Okay, I know Joaquim and Lourdes at the market, and Geraldine and Jean, and so on, right? First name basis with where I'm getting certain things that I put together as my day-to-day food rituals, right? And weekly food rituals. Now, wherever you are and how you organize your day and your week, there is space, or there is opportunity to carve out some space to pay a little bit more attention to this, okay? To get a little curious as to, all right, if I make some changes, right? If I maybe try this here, how am I reacting? How are my kids reacting if you have them? Okay? This is why I'm here. To celebrate this process, all right? And to have fun with it. And I know you might be a single parent. You might have tons of bills to pay. You might think it's too expensive. We're going to work through all of that, okay? Because part of this is goal setting. Part of this is value shifting. And what we value the most, we're going to organize our lives to make happen, okay? And I'm not telling you have to do this, but if you're ready and you're feeling like there's something here, if you know there are shifts that could be made, then I think this is going to resonate with you, okay? And so soon, in the next few weeks, on February 9th, I'm going to be launching this really simple course that I'm calling Cook and Live Foundations. And this is going to be an opportunity to engage with me weekly, to watch the cooking show that I filmed with my son that is all about stripping away and getting back to the basics, okay? From just how to get organized in the kitchen and kind of set a framework to how to cut an onion really well and hold a knife and feel agile and feel fast. So come Tuesday night when you didn't have a plan and maybe you just got home from basketball practice or piano lessons or some after school program or working late or whatever it is, you can feel like you got this, right? From, taking that extra 15 minutes when you're putting away groceries to do a little bit of prep and starting to think a little bit like a cook, right? Understanding that there is a system that you can put into place that will help this be easy and feel like flow, okay? So, wherever you are in this, I invite you to come along on this journey with me and my son and all the others that are diving in together, where we can reclaim that birthright, right? And we can reclaim joy, and we can reclaim ease and grace and fun in food, right? And explore the whole world if we choose while we do it, okay? So I'm Aaron Goldstein. This is Cook and Live. I cannot wait to get in the kitchen with you, okay? Feel free to subscribe. Please subscribe to my newsletter where so much of what I'm sharing goes through. You can do so at cookandlive.co. And I hope to see you soon.